Hi, this is Tami Hewlett from Swimming in Stamps, and in this video I am going to teach how to layer watercolor wash stamps. This is a technique that I personally really love, and I've been using it a lot, so I wanted to show you some of my little tricks on how I use these watercolor stamps. So first, to start out, let's go select our stamps. So come up to the resource palette and select stamps. And if you're not already there, hit browse, and you'll notice that designer kits show up in a different place than normal stamp sets. So if you go all the way down, I know I have an awful lot of downloads, you're going to see that there's designer kits, and if you hit the plus, it's going to open all your designer kits, and you're going to find Beautiful Today under designer kits. So highlight that and open it. And then we've got all sorts of stamps here. And the first thing I'm going to go do is find this cute little flourish. And we're just going to put this on the bottom just so that this part is done. And this is going to be colored crisp cantaloupe. So go ahead and change the color of that before we start our washes. We'll just get this done. I think that's that one. Yep. All right, so that's all done. Now I'm going to start layering these washes that are up on the top of the calendar. So let's see, I forget where they are. I think you have to scroll down a little bit here. And what I used was this kind of diagonal variegated color one. So drag that over to your calendar. And it's pretty large, so we're going to want to size it down a little bit. Maybe a little bit more than that. And when I did mine, it actually popped over the top a little bit. And I think I have to size it down a teeny bit more than that, though, even though it is showing up on the top. Okay, so this is how I started it out. And the first one I did was I changed it to Calypso Coral. This is my bottom layer. And then I cropped it. So I kind of gave it a nice square top so that it wouldn't go over the top of my calendar, that one layer. So once you get that and you move it down, then it's not showing up here anymore. And actually, you know what? I think I put that down a little bit too much, so I'm going to raise it up. There we go. And then just align it. So use your keys here so that it's just below that mat. Okay, and now what I like to do with these watercolor washes is layer them in different colors, and you'll find that if you do this, you're going to get different effects based on what color's on top of what. So let's just start playing around with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is copy and paste this. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And this time I am going to mirror it so it's facing the other way. And I'm going to change the color to Crisp Cantaloupe. So it's a little lighter this time. And I'm actually going to change the size a little bit. I'm going to make it go a little bigger so that you kind of see it behind this other stamp. And then I am going to go grab one other wash. I use this one called Beautiful Today Small that has the variegated shading, and bring that one over. And I made this one a lot smaller. Kind of put it in the middle, maybe up a little bit like that. And then I recolored this Pink Pirouette. So I have all different shades of stamps here. Yeah, there we go. Now, let's say you do this and you're not really sure you like how that's all layered. You can go over to the resource palette, and select the layers tool. I really love this tool. So why don't we drag the pink pirouette one to the back and see what that looks like. I actually liked it on top. So it seems like if you have the darker colors on the bottom, the lighter colors seem to show up a lot more. So I encourage you to play around with this, play around with the size. You know, let's say you decide this one that we colored crisp cantaloupe is too big. Click on it and you can resize it and kind of play around with the positioning of that. So this is a really good tool to just kind of remember every time you change something though that you've got to click on it in order to do something with it. But I really like using this a lot because it just seems like, oh, I know it's wrong. I've got okay, so now I've got my pink pirouette one again on the top. I'm actually going to make that a little bit smaller, I think. I like this line down here. So that looks pretty good. I am going to keep that. And let's see, the next step is to start adding my hearts. But before I do that, I think what I might want to do is group all these washes together. So in order to group them together, I want to click on them all, and I may not necessarily be able to grab them all right now because they're all kind of on top of each other. So let's use the page layers to first bring the Calypso Coral one to the top. Click on that. I'm going to hold down my control key and I'm going to move it on the layers palette, but I'm not going to click on anything else until I'm still holding that control key. And I'm going to go over to the layers palette again, move the crisp cantaloupe one up. So now you can see I've clicked on two of the stamps because you can see two sets of boxes. I'm going to move that down and I'm still holding the control key. I'm going to click on the third stamp. Now, once it's all done like that, I'm going to hit Arrange, Group, and this puts them all together. So I don't need to worry once I start manipulating things on top of this of these stamps moving around. So that's a really good technique to do. Okay, so I'll be back next to show you how I did the banners and the hearts.